Okay, ladies and gentlemen, big day today. The Bodywork is back from paint. Brand new Antares Red, brand new decals, brand new Honda badges. I couldn't really be happier with it. It's a beautiful color. I have a new old stock side cover that was loaned to me very generously, and this matches extremely well. Painter did a great job matching it up. I already put that in its box to ship it back to its owner. It was very nice of him to loan it to me for several months. I want to get it back to him, so that's boxed up, but it is a very, very good match, and I couldn't be happier with it. The decals are, as far as I know, they're correct for 75. My last restoration was a 76 that I did in Antares Red. 76 has a double pinstripe here at the bottom of the shelter. 75 only has a single line. Didn't really realize that until I started really looking into it. So the single line is correct. But yeah, I am very happy. The painter is great to work with. I'll put a link to his website in the description. But his name is Craig, and he owns precisionmotorcyclepainting.com. He's based in Indiana, does outstanding work. So I highly recommend him if you have any painting needs. He does full motorcycle restorations as well, and he had several bikes in the process in his shop, and I was impressed with the quality of his work. He has different vendors he works with for chrome, for zinc plating, all that stuff. So give him a look on his website. I think you'll be impressed. I know I sure am. I did get new fasteners here for the side covers, so they look good. Obviously, I need to get the fuel gauge installed, get my lock installed, and then get this stuff installed on the bike. So let me get this started. All right. This job's not too bad. Got the fuel gauge installed, got the lock for the top of the shelter installed. They both go in pretty easily. Fuel gauge is literally these two nuts with large washers and rubber grommets. It's got a rubber seal around the edge of it, and the shelter lock is two bolts, and then the lock cylinder just snaps in with this clip. Pretty simple. It's not rocket science. So this part is assembled, and it's just about ready to go to its home on top of the bike. So here we go. We've got the top door on. Not too bad. It's hard to record this, so I did not, but there's basically just two nuts that go here on the hinge. There's a spring-loaded arm with a plastic slider, grommet, I don't know what you call it. But you just bolt it on, get it aligned, and the lock lines up, and it's in place. Should be good to go. All I need to do is connect the fuel gauge connector here to where it ties into the harness here. So I'll get that next, and then I'll move on to the next parts. Left side shelter is on. So what this entails are some hinges here. Pretty self-explanatory. And then we've got the cable stay that attaches to the frame for the shelter, and it attaches here, and that's all there is. There'll be some alignment to do once I get everything in place, just to make sure that the top and the sides line up real nicely. The holes are elongated, so there's room to adjust. So I'll do that once everything's in place, and I'm going to move on now and get the other side in. Here's the other side of the shelter. I've got this bracket bolted in. This is where the thumb wheel screws in from inside the shelter to hold the side door shut. And the two hinges are in here. The pins, I just have them temporarily sitting this way. And then of course the cable to hold this thing open so it doesn't fall down onto the carburetor intake tubes. So this is about ready to go on the bike. Let me get that going. One little detail I didn't want to forget is this little panel that goes here in front of the seat. Seat has to come off to get that installed. I bought new screws for it, new washers. Very pretty. And of course the powder coated frame and gas tank are beautiful. It's a shame they're hidden under the seat. So there's where we're at, getting close. Let me get the seat back on and maybe I'll tackle the radiator shrouds next. And here we are. The radiator shrouds are in. They're looking pretty good. They're pretty simple to install. You do have to loosen the radiator. There's a stud on the radiator here that needs a nut and a washer. There's one up here, and then there's one down below. And it doesn't take much to get this installed. And the other side is done as well. So it's starting to take shape. The screen over the radiator is now in. It's just got a couple of fasteners down here at the bottom, up here at the top. And I use new fasteners for this, and this is fresh paint on this bracket, and I put some fresh paint on the screen here. So I think it looks pretty sharp. Radiator is fully in, and I'll be moving on to the side panels, which are very easy. So I'll be back in a minute. I think it is a genuine 1 minute later. These are super easy to install. It's just the one fastener down here and it hooks on at the top. It's starting to look like a motorcycle. A gorgeous one too. There we are. So I'm going to fiddle around a little bit with these other panels up here. I'm sure the alignment is not going to be exactly what I want. Once I get everything closed up, we'll see how the edges align between the top shelter door and these side doors. But here are the hinges with elongated bolt holes, so they can be adjusted in a couple different directions, and that will get them aligned nicely with the top. We're back. We're done. Took my time, took me maybe an hour and a half to do this. I did go really slowly to avoid potentially scratching anything. But I can tell you this, I am very happy with this. Look at that color. The decals look great. The new badges look great. I just couldn't be happier with this. Here's my restored fuel gauge. New GL1000 Honda decal here on the tank. Paint is just flawless. I do need to get this outside, but it's been raining all morning. Everything's wet, so I'm going to hold off. It's going to really sparkle in the sunlight. So I've got my Antares Red GL1000. This is my second one. I sold the first one, regretted it. Now I've got another one, plan to hang on to it. Unless anything crazy changes in my life. It's going to be part of my fleet of 3 first generation Goldwings. Here are my other 2. This is my yellow 76 and my candy blue-green 75. And I know on video it looks blue, but it is definitely more of a teal color. There's green in the paint that with the naked eye you see it very clearly, but any camera I've tried or any cell phone camera can't capture it. It just looks blue, but it is blue-green for sure. Sulfur yellow is just a really pretty shade of yellow. So I'm going to end this one here. I'll do something outdoors when the weather clears and show this thing off. So hope you enjoyed it.